Hello, dear. Good year. Hello, dear American Dream Life member. Yes, I'm close to good year, and somehow it was on my mind again. Anyhow, I get to probably visit to have that, and well, that's the kind of practice topic that it will be revealed a little bit more, and sometimes being not fully aware or conscious of what is going on can affect that practice. So anyhow, but let's just introduce what it's all about with American Dream Life and how we keep growing the beliefs and become united human being. And how can we become the united when we get to when we allow to experience both sides, when it's not just about the doing but also being, and that we always have a choice and not just sticking on one side because it's comfortable, but seeing what other side might reveal, what other side might bring, and what kind of experience that can provide is necessary. So, and it definitely requires some courage and becoming a dreamer and being open to the possibility for sure. And I'm inviting you to do that and practice how that with the practice related. Well, do something on a smaller scale and expand that to other areas of your life on a bigger scale, just to somehow practice how you feel about it when you allow yourself to experience different reality, different dream, different experience than you experience right now. So at that point, you will start realizing that you do have a choice, that things can work better and can see and can look better. So anyhow, with the practice, what about the practice? In the preview, I was mentioning about the saying practice uh, makes perfect. And I'm not like fully with the word perfect, even though it's another perfect word with P. However, it's reflecting more on that perfect in the moment. And that what I was actually sharing about it with the mastermind that I was attending this morning and my coach around that word. And the good point that he was sharing about was that it's that perfection in the moment. And I totally agree with that, because like I had mentioned, the perfection, when you just polishing and perfecting and doing something, you building up actually a fear also with that polishing and hesitation to do anything about it. When you actually start embodying more and being in that perfect state of being, then you actually are more open to the possibilities. And with the practice, it becomes easier and it becomes worth it. So that's how is the difference between doing practice and being in the practice, and same doing perfect and being perfect. So that's two different things. And I know, and I'm also with you on that, recovering from that perfectionist and making sure that everything, and being detail oriented, making sure that everything aligns and works perfectly. And I discovered that alignment is not about being perfect, of doing things perfect. That's what should I say. Not, it's actually about alignment of being in that perfect moment. So I trust that it makes sense and creates a difference for you, and it resonates with that distinction between and the importance of starting with the state of being instead of state of doing. And the other thing is to actually practice on something even smaller, like I had mentioned at the very beginning, to see the difference between it, because it's one thing stating that, but experiencing that is taking some action with it. It may actually sink more into, embody that more into sinking to your awareness, sinking to your mind, sinking to your heart, how that practice can be actually beneficial, how perfect that practice will become when you starting with the state of being, not state of doing. And I think the other point that I want to mention around that, another thing is with that perfect doing, it's fear of messing up things, that there's something new and we go through that learning curve and many times afraid that we will mess up something, and that's what's kind of stopping us from keep practicing, and for like not understanding that actually from all that messes there are some lessons to be learned, and things actually with the repetition, some consistency, things become better, things become more perfect, things become easier. And that's what leading me to the next step after the perfection to and experiencing that to actually easy. That's when it becomes easy, when you're coming from the state of being practice and state of being perfect, at some point it becomes easy. And it's like a second nature. And it's really, really also leading me to the third one, that it becomes fun because things working out, they actually align and they feel like perfect. that you embody more of that perfect in that way, not the other way around of doing perfect and creating more frustration for yourself, for others, when you see, especially for the, and I know a thing or two about that, being and recovering, I keep saying, from that doing perfect, it's a challenge to actually have a relation with others as well, because you feel that they're not doing things to your standards, and they not listening, they don't understand what you're asking them to do. They actually on the other side thinking that you're very demanding person and you don't know what you want. So it can create some challenge when you coming. So this is just example how that can become a challenge when you starting from that doing space and not from the being. And you, because many times like, yeah, let's do perfect and I will become perfect. Hello, whoever joined. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Feel free to post comments or questions, or share what resonates with the message. We've been actually talking about the practice and how about the saying, exploring a bit more about that practice makes perfect, and how that perfect, when it's not from doing but being, can actually become a perfect practice and eventually become easier practice and fun practice, because it seems like it's perfect. Everything is aligning and it's much easier, and getting to those points. And what is in the way many times is some limited beliefs that it's not possible, some fear that might be showing up that, well, if I mess up, what will be the consequence of that, and creating that and thoughts around that and beliefs that it will not be acceptable, especially for somebody that so used to doing things perfect and being very detailed. It's really a struggle to somehow reprogram that it's first from the state of being and not from state of doing, that it will actually become easier and become actually fun, because it's not really fun. It's becoming at some point really annoying, even to the person that doing perfect, when they just feel like it's never enough, and there's so much details, and they're still not aligning things, and let's polish this part, let's polish that part. and just kind of tripping yourself over that. And when you're coming again from the state of being, of being okay, that it's okay if things will not work out, that you might mess up something, and overcoming that, and with some repetition, with some consistency, it will actually become easy. It become more easier, and becomes more perfect actually. So that's how things work out from that perspective, and becomes fun, because why not? Why not having fun with that practice? And it's something that you are creating, and why fun can also help for you to actually continue with it as well. When you know that at some point it will become easy, that it's actually fun, even before you getting yourself too deep into that practice, it becomes easier to do that practice, and to actually to be that practice, and to do that practice. And that's kind of that shift. It seems like a simple, but many times with the beliefs that we inherit, with some habits that we created, it's not always that easy, and it takes definitely practice to keep flipping that. It's from the state of being, not from state of doing, that we be practice, that we be perfect, that we be easy, meaning that that state of being of easy, and things will actually turns out better when we embody more of that state of being, and be fun as well. That also is very helpful, and creates that ease, and creates that those perfect moments, and creates a better practice. So that's the share for today. I trust that somehow something landing from it. I was just keep repeating myself, and to getting the point around the difference between be and do. And no matter what word you kind of putting before that, it's the state of being that you're creating instead of state of doing. And at this point, I just want to thank you for joining, and whoever will be checking the replay, and just a couple of logistics. When message resonates with you, or you think might be resonating with someone else, feel free to share the message. It's easier on YouTube, where it's streamed on the YouTube channel under American Dream Live, and in the Facebook group, private Facebook group. So when you're on the YouTube channel, you are welcome to join that private group for more interactive experience, where I usually stop by there on a daily basis to share some tips, inspirations, some videos, and some posts, some messages to create more of that interaction and engagement there. So those broadcasts live usually on a weekly basis on Thursdays afternoon. And yeah, so that's kind of the logistics of it. And again, I'm very feeling grateful for whoever joined, and for whoever will be checking the replay. Stay tuned for the next one. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and check the notification. Then you will see the reminder, and same in the Facebook group. It's usually ahead of time when you see when I'm coming live, usually on Thursdays afternoon, unless there's some change of schedule. So at this point, let's be practice, and be sending you and be let it be. And sending you lots of love, joy, and peace. Until next time, take care.